My name's Emily Ruby, and I'm the owner of Greenberg and Ruby Injury Attorneys. We are a personal injury firm in Los Angeles, and we focus on catastrophic work injury cases. I was hired by David Greenberg right after I passed the bar and joined him at the firm. We worked together really well. After a few years of working together, we wanted to start focusing on catastrophic injury cases and particularly third-party work injury cases. After a few years, David Greenberg made me partner, and then he ended up passing away a couple years ago, and I was able to take over sole ownership of the firm and carry on the legacy that he and I had developed together, focusing on these cases. I was actually contacted by another personal injury attorney here in Los Angeles. When he contacted me, our client was still in the intensive rehabilitation facility. She was a young woman in her late 20s, and she was injured while leaving work. She was the project manager for an architecture interior design firm on a big project out in the desert. While she was leaving work one evening, she was hit by someone who was admittedly street racing. It was a catastrophic collision. My client was rushed to the emergency room. We knew very little about the facts of the accident because my client suffered a severe TBI, so she had no memory, no recollection at all of that day. It's always difficult to represent an individual who doesn't have a recollection of the event, and you have to sort of piece together what happened from all different sources. Initially, what the defense was they claimed that there was a right turn only sign and that our client had gone straight across 3 lanes of traffic into the turn pocket in the center median and made an illegal left turn. What we learned was that there was supposed to be a right turn only sign there. That was in the plans the city approved, but it was not there on the night of the incident. I knew immediately I was going to have to show this visually in order to explain what happened. So I brought DK Global in far in advance of the mediation to really convey what I wanted to convey. When we hired DK Global, there were 2 things that we wanted to do. We wanted the animation to show the scene as it was on the night of the incident, and then to show how it was supposed to be, had it been built as the design plans called for. We incorporated a lot of photographs and testimony, evidence from discovery into the animation because I wanted the animation to really just tell the whole story. When we showed it to the defense, that's when they changed their theory of liability. So had we not done the animation for mediation and waited for trial or much later in the case to do this, they would have been able to change the theory of their defense, and we wouldn't have had time to adjust to it. We settled the case for a little over $12.6 million, and that was every single one of the 12 defendants contributed to the settlement. The animation was really the only way of being able to show someone who has no idea what that intersection looks like, being able to really show them, this is what happened, and this is why my client is not at fault. Without the animation, I don't think that would have been possible to convey that. The case probably would have gone on for another year before trial if we hadn't been able to resolve it. Having this animation at that stage, which ultimately resulted in the settlement, saved probably a year of litigation. It showed the defense that I was serious about the case and that they were going to have to face this type of preparation if they went to trial.